We have Dendi and Fear. Is that with us? And of course, we got some of the people that worked on the documentary from Valve from the end. We have James, Phil, and Nick. And just out to my left, we have Jeff and Scott. So we're going to do a little Q&A. I've got some questions, and then you guys will ask some questions. So make sure you ask all the questions I can't ask, okay, when it's your turn. So I'll ask some, and then we're going to open it up to the audience. But firstly, I'll say congratulations, everybody. It was pretty amazing. And I kind of want us to talk to the players first, Fear and Dendi. I've got a question for you both. Just what was it like seeing yourself in this film, watching it back? What was it like to watch this?
Oh, you can hear me, wow. That's funny, some new technologies. Well, I was watching a film now, it's not my first time, and every time when I watch and I see myself actually, I'm like, what is this guy talking? Good, you have subtitles. Yeah. My head going boom. But actually seeing all this, this movie, it's like this kind of memories that you can get from it. The euphoria, you know this word, maybe you don't. Sorry, I'm not good in English. You are, obviously. So, yeah, and this amazing feeling, I can live it again and again after watching this movie. And I'm really happy about this. Yeah.
All right, same question to you, Faye. What was it like to watch the film?
Yeah, same as Dendi here. There's a lot of nostalgia coming from TI1, because it's been a long time since we played that tournament, but it was a lot of emotions in TI1, to all my Dota career as well. So watching just how we progressed and how individually how I progressed and how watching other players as well, it's just like seeing their side of the story for me meant a lot to me, because like I know my own story, because that's how I've just been growing up playing this game, doing it my way. Then seeing other side of the story from other players is really nice to see. So it was an emotional story, and HY scene in particular was a tearjerker. But all in all, I loved it.
Yeah. All right. So I have to ask, you know, old man Fear, as you said, doing this for a while, led a team in the documentary, what we saw. So how has esports changed in general? Like, how have you seen it kind of progress, and what do you think is different now?
Well, as Zero Gravity said as well, in this documentary, he was playing for beer. So I was playing for pennies as well when I started playing. So seeing it progress, it's not only progressing as teams are becoming more competitive, and I guess that is due to the prize pool increasing. It's dramatically increasing by year. Like all the tournaments keep having more and more prize pool. So not only that, but players are becoming more and more competitive as well. So it's more fun. It's more fun for spectators, and it's more fun for the players as well.
Are you a little bit upset you're not playing for beer, or is it?
I mean, I can buy beer with the prize money, so I'm okay.
We'll tell Valve for the next international, just the money this time. Okay, Dendi, so you know, you started gaming a long time ago. Did you ever think that your interest in competitive gaming could lead you to where you are now?
When I started playing, it was just like every one of us, just for fun, I guess. And then slowly, I think I'm very competitive. That's why I was playing more and more and trying to beat others and others. And when I realized, oh, there's actually guys who play better, and then, oh, there's actually guys who play even better than these guys. Oh, okay, now it's time to kick your ass. And, sorry. So, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
Did you think it could lead to where you are now, here?
Yeah, I never expected this going to happen. Thank you.
Too busy kicking ass. Too busy kicking ass. All right, so some questions for the guys that worked on it from Valve. We'll start with James at the end. How did the project get started?
How did it get started? it kind of went wrong straight away. We had this plan for this little behind the scenes video, and thanks to these guys, they realized that they'd got something bigger. We at Valve had decided to hold the International in 2011, and we took cameras along simply to document the event for the fans. And on return, the guys were really convinced that they'd found a series of stories that really required something of a longer format and something that was going to be a bit more special. And on looking at the footage, it was pretty clear that they were right. And so from that point, work began in earnest on what turned out to be free-to-play.
All right, so take some cameras, find some magic, and then turn it into a documentary.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's, you know, oh, is my mic turned off? No? It was never really the plan, but the stories were there and they were rich, you know, and so they needed telling, I think.
All right, well, thank you for telling them. So, Scott, a lot of focus on the players in this one. You know, there's a lot of, I know a lot of people in esports will be like, you know, we love the game, but with this documentary, a lot of focus on the players. So why was that the decision?
Well, I think that's something that people just relate to in any sport. It could be football, basketball, baseball. You know, people understand the game, but I think what they want to know is what it takes to be a great player, especially with this film. These guys are playing, like they said, for nothing. So there's a drive there, and so we were interested in examining what that was, because it's a human story, and that's something everyone can relate to. And luckily, these guys have great stories, so we were psyched. And as James said, that's one of the driving forces that it sort of pushed us to tell more, because it would have been easy just to do a film about, you know, Dota competitions, but I think the background was interesting, and I think it added a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Did you guys like the stories in the documentary they followed? Some definitely great stories there. So, Jeff, tell us about the team that made the film. Was it all done at Valve? I mean, you know, did you come up with the idea and make it all yourselves? I mean, how was it with the team?
Well, it was a small crew at Valve. I mean, we just grabbed a couple cameras and we thought, wow, you know, this tournament sounds like it might actually be a pretty big deal. So we brought some 5Ds, a few DSLRs, a 7D. We shot a little bit with a red camera near the end of production. Yeah, just traveled to a number of different places. Went to Lviv, Denmark. Where else did we go? Medford, Oregon, Beijing, Singapore. The tournament was in Cologne, and we grabbed a couple other interviews from different places, and went to Houston and San Francisco. Shot an interview out here. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I hope people enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think so. And it was all done within Valve, like from the get-go, the idea. And...
Yeah, hello. The shooting, the principal photography, the editing, a lot of the post-production work, the sound mixing was all done at Valve, and we had some help from a couple companies, Universal helping us with the sound mixing for theatrical, and also Modern Video Film. They helped do a lot of the color correction and color timing. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. I don't particularly think that we had this idea internally that we would just do this film and we'd do it all kind of pretty much in-house. But I guess that's kind of the Valve style, And for us, as kind of young filmmakers, it was a heck of an opportunity. So yeah, we were just kind of lucky to run into these players,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Kind of worked out the Valve way. Phil, the film launches tomorrow. Is it available in other languages? And currently, people have been able to get hold of it or pre-download it on Steam. Is it going to be available outside of Steam as well?
Oh yeah, that's right. Starting tomorrow, you can watch it on Steam, It's available in 24 different languages. We also have some bonus footage. It kind of relates to some of the difficulties we ran into the film. I mean, there was some scenes that we really enjoyed all as filmmakers. We had them edited, and we shot hundreds of hours of footage, but there were just these scenes that we really loved and didn't really want to let go of, and so you'll get to see some of those starting tomorrow on Steam. It's also going to be available on YouTube and starting Saturday on iTunes, and they'll kind of trickle in as the weeks go on, because some of the contracts are a little bit more difficult than just us self-publishing it on Steam.
All right, so yeah, make sure you tell people 20 languages, and I believe Twitch TV tomorrow as well, we're going to be streaming it. So if you've got any friends that want to watch it, make sure you tell them to get hold of it. So I just want to assure you guys, before I go into my last question, that everyone here is actually really nervous in terms of the response that's going to come from this. They all might seem really cool right now, when Valve employees. The only person that didn't seem nervous on the way over it, and I don't think it's because he didn't mind what was going to be the response, but probably because he had too much wine, because he was overly nervous, was Nick. And I want to ask Nick, what effects do you hope the film has on the individuals and the community? Because what do you think it's going to be, the effects on the community and the individuals?
Well,
that's the wine.
on one hand, you know, when we looked at the movie, it's about Fear, HY, Dendi, and Dota 2. But really, it was really more about their passion to do what they really love to do, which we can all appreciate. I mean, hence the title. I think it wouldn't have mattered if we would have followed 3 professional athletes in any sport. It could have been underwater basket weaving. If they were competitive in some way, they want to be appreciated. They want to know what they're working for is worth something. I think that's a story that everybody can relate to. It doesn't really matter what it is. They all just want to be free to play.
Yeah, be the best. Thank you for telling a story, guys. So, we get to the interesting part where you get to ask all the questions that I'm not allowed to ask, because otherwise they cancel my flights home. So, we're going to ask you guys, there are going to be 2 microphones set up, and I believe there's a couple of members of staff in each of the aisles that will have, will bring you up and take your questions, and then we'll hand them off to the team. So, ask what you want. Also, I will say that if you do not want to be filmed, because this is being filmed and you don't want to be on camera, don't come up and ask a question. That might help, not being on camera. You can still stay in the audience, that's fine. So if you want to come up to the microphones and you have a question, please do, because once we get some questions, we're going to be finished off. So if you raise your hand, just head over. Okay, I think Chad's going to find somebody. This is the real test, guys.
The real test.
Oh. So I'm going first, I guess. I got to have a really good question or something. I don't know. First, I just want to say congrats. I mean, no matter what happens with your esports careers, you guys are the founding fathers of esports, and that's amazing, because it's going to get really big, and you guys were the first. So I just want to say that's something to really be proud of. And so thanks for all your sacrifice towards that. I have a question for Dendi. I've been hearing a lot of stuff in the news about Ukraine and everything. I was wondering if that's actually affecting your gaming career.
Yeah, now I can talk. Well, it's actually serious stuff. When I was leaving home, I opened the door, and there were some guys with guns. No joke. I was like, okay, jump down the car, taxi, drive to airport. When we sit to plane start going up, and then some guy with bazooka, but good we have good drivers, so he dodged the stuff.
True story.
So, in the end, we actually made it. Yeah, but, okay, I'm joking. Nothing actually. You'll probably see a lot of media and stuff, but it doesn't really that scary. Well, obviously, people showing what they want us to see, so it's not that scary. In my city, I'm absolutely fine and not much going, so it's like normal days and stuff. Yeah, there is like some argument between Russia and Ukraine about Crimea right now going, but it's not that scary like it looks, so we are fine. Thank you. Good.
Okay, I believe we have a question from the other aisle.
Yes, hello. Hello. Yes, hello. I'm from a very far away country, from Mongolia, and shout out from Mongolia. And I'm like excited. And I have a question. Why'd you name it Free to Play?
Why'd you name it Free to Play? It's all marketing, come on.
We made it as, hello? We made it basically as a gift for the Dota community. We felt like there were several years of millions of people playing Dota without being treated very respectfully. They had tournaments that weren't actually worth a lot of money, and the players weren't treated as professional athletes as they are today or as we try to treat them in the film. And so the film itself is kind of like a gift to the community saying, we're trying to make something as professional as possible and tell the stories that we thought were important to tell.
Thank you. Thanks for the movie, and I love it.
There you go. You got one country and you got Mongolia. Tick that one off. That one worked. So next question.
Hi, so I'm a younger fan of Dota, been playing Dota a while. Dendi and Fear, you two are both two of my personal Dota idols. So shout out to you guys. I just wanted to ask you guys in general, what was your favorite part about filming the movie?
I think it was...
So Dendi and Fit, favorite part
Just
about
for all
filming?
you
Or
guys.
everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody, go on then.
I think it was really just, my favorite part was just getting to know the guys. You know, when we started the project, you know, we had a handful of ideas what it could be. You know, like I said, you know, we didn't particularly think it would be a 75-minute feature-length project, but when we met the guys, you know, they were just so open with their stories, and you know, I just remember feeling very appreciative of that. And if we can tell their story and just get it out there, you know, in a way, we kind of felt a bit of a responsibility to them, and we thought they were great representatives of the gaming community. And yeah, for me, by far, it was just really getting to know these guys. You know, we keep in touch with them, and hopefully, you know, we get to keep in touch with them for the rest of our lives. Really, yeah.
Anybody else? Favorite moment?
All right. Yeah. Testing. Okay. Well, for me, it was at first I wasn't too thrilled about having my story shared, to be honest with you. So while we were filming it, I was like, I don't know how everyone's going to react to this. But for me, the favorite part of filming this was having everyone's response. Like, they were so positive towards my story. I got my story out there. It wasn't easy for me. But once I got it out there and the way the community reacted to it, it really made me feel like, it made me feel great, because everyone was really respectful, and they were really behind my back, and they were just like, keep going, you know, keep going with what you do, and that made me feel really good.
All right.
I can talk?
Yeah.
For me, favorite part, well, you know, the entire filming process was really interesting and exciting for me, because I met an amazing people that it's really rare for, like, trust me, all people who working in Valve were just amazing. You all need to know this. I'm totally serious. I'm not trying like to say something, but that's really true. And those guys who were filming me.
Layla.
No, not yelling.
Can't buy me that easy. Yeah, it was a pleasure, because I enjoyed the company a lot. It was very interesting and exciting for me. I love communicating with people, and those kind of people were just a pleasure for me. So I can't really choose the exact part that was like my best, but I really enjoyed the entire process.
All right, anyone else? Nick, Phil, James, anything to add, or next question? I'm sure everyone's got something to say, but I know you want to get more questions in. So let's go to another question. Thank you very much, by the way. Okay?
Hi, thank you very much. My name is Mark. I work for a company called Perfect World. We're very proud to be able to be the publishers of Dota 2 in China. It's a huge win for us. And you guys personally are a huge part of that. So thank you all very much. In the meantime, I'd like to give a couple shout outs before I ask a question to a couple of Valve employees that we work with. Specifically Cassidy Gerber, Matt Nickerson, and Jason Ryman. If they're here tonight, thank you all very much for being amazing partners for Perfect World and Valve. My question is, seeing where the world is now between U.S. and the relations between China, U.S., Ukraine, and Russia, do you see yourself as leaders in the international communities, and are you proud of the boundaries you've been able to cross due to your online gaming? I'd like to get your feedback on that. Thank you very much again.
All right, guys, apparently you're very vigilant. You've crossed boundaries with online gaming, which you have, in all fairness. But, I'm going to ask you to repeat the last part of the question just to make it easier for everybody. Do you want to do that?
Essentially, how do you feel? Are you proud of your countries when you play in these tournaments?
Okay.
Are you proud to your team or to your countries? How do you feel when you play in these tournaments? There's a part in the film about Online Kingdom. You're a very multinational group, but then there's Chinese groups, and there's Russian groups, and there's a group from Singapore. Are you proud of your country, or are you more proud of your team?
All right, so I guess that's a question for Dendi and Fear.
I could start. Well, with Online Kingdom, yes, I was very proud of my team. As far as country goes, I didn't have too many people from my country playing at that tournament, so I couldn't really be too proud about my country. But individually, I was really, impressed with my team's performance, and I was very happy on how far we went together, considering how little time we had together. But considering future tournaments and what I've been playing now, I am very patriotic as well. I play with mainly American teams, at least 4 out of 5 out of all the teams I've been playing on.
Do you think an American team specifically can compete in the
specific
international
into
tournaments?
what?
Can an American team compete in these international tournaments?
I think so, yeah. And we've been proving that. And this year as well with EG, I feel like we're going to really prove that.
Cool. Thank you very much.
So, Dendi, your team, mainly from Ukraine. I mean, are you proud of your team? Well, Puppy would, if he was here, I know. But let's ignore Puppy.
So you don't like Kuro, right?
Kuro's good. Yeah.
Okay, you like Kuro.
I like Kuro. He's good on Rubik.
Me too.
Yeah, okay, good. So, in terms of, you're mainly Ukrainian, but how do you feel? Do you feel proud of the country you represent when you play, or do you feel proud of the team? Which is it?
When I play, I feel proud for my country, obviously, but it's mostly the community who I feel like I feel the pressure because I know there's a huge community behind me who are cheering for us, and that creating a huge will for me to success, to do better. And I don't want to fall in the eyes of the community, so I try my best, harder, practice more, and when on tournaments, I'll try to pressure myself to the limit, to use everything I can use in the game, all the secret strategies like screaming and dancing and jumping. Everything helps, so whatever.
Secret strategy.
Yeah.
So the fans drive you, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Community, fans of our team. Yeah.
Yeah. Not fans of EG. You don't care about them.
No.
Okay. Next question.
Hey, I'm also fairly new to Dota, and my friend Thomas told me the first hero I should play was Skeleton King because he's fairly easy. Because he only has 1 skill. Well, 1 active. And I was wondering what the first heroes you guys played were.
The first hero you guys played. Who's the question to?
Both of them.
Both of them, so just the 2 of you, apparently. So, Fear and Dendi, first hero you played.
Well, I'm ancient, so the first hero I ever played was in Reign of Chaos Dota, and I believe it was some variation of Earthshaker. It wasn't exactly Earthshaker, but it had the same model, and I don't even know. Something like that.
Old man here. I think the first hero I played, I'm not sure, but I think it was Strength Protector. Wow. Or Leech. Or Twin Protector.
Very fun heroes.
Yeah.
Hello. Question for Fear. What is your definition of success, and do you feel like you achieved that, or do you think you achieved that success?
Oh, no, I do not feel like I've achieved that success. The definition for success for me is winning multiple tournaments throughout the year. The international is obviously my main goal, but as for now, I am taking each tournament at hand. So I want to win, like we recently took a tournament, South by Southwest, we won it. So we have multiple tournaments coming up as well. So for me, success is being able to win tournaments consistently.
Oh, and what? Okay, and one question for Dendi. During TI2 and TI3, during like certain interviews, especially with like Puppy, you would like look at the camera like this. Can you like explain like your motivation behind that? Because every time I would like look at it, it felt like I was like looking into the abyss.
Yeah. Nick actually helped me. It was like any motivation in anything I do. So I don't know what was happening in my head. Probably I was thinking about Ukraine and hard life and all this stuff.
All right. So we have time just for 2 more questions. So we'll do them now. And also, I don't know exactly what we're doing afterwards, but I think me, Fear, and Dendi will probably just hang around if we can. I know some people might want pictures and autographs, so we'll do that. But 2 last questions. So one from you, gentlemen.
Oh, okay. I have a question for Fear and Dendi. How do you feel about the new ability draft game mode?
Not a waste of a question.
Can we repeat that?
Ability draft.
Oh, ability draft.
Yeah, that was what you asked, yeah?
Okay.
Ability draft?
I answered. I really like this mod. It's pretty fun. It's like distracting from captain mode, so we really enjoy it as a team playing it. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I also enjoy it, and I must say I won the first ability draft tournament in the world.
Can I add something not related to the question?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I wanted to point it out to everyone, guys. Please, I mean, obviously after what's happening here, we're gonna get much more attention. Me, Fear, right? HY, yeah. So I would like you guys to realize that actually the attention not we are supposed to get, but people who created free-to-play. So please try to give them more attention as much as you can. Because it's totally not us who created this, it's totally them.
All right, sorry. Sorry, won't be able to take any more questions, but thank you so much, everybody, for turning up here today to see the premiere of the documentary Free to Play. Just before I send you all off to whatever you may want to do, maybe play Dota, could I ask for the members of Valve to just stand up in the audience if you're still here, if that's okay, because they might have been sat really close to you. I just want to say, a huge congratulations, and there are many more, and I'm sure everyone at Valve is very happy. And also, in the audience as well, could I ask Fear's mother, Karen, just to stand up? Thank you for being so supportive of Fear. And of course, unfortunately, HY isn't able to be here. He's in military service right now. But can we have a round of applause for HY? So thank you all for coming for the premiere of the free-to-play documentary. I really hope when you go away from this, you'll have something maybe good to say, or at least something to say, and share it with your friends. So thank you very much for coming, and I think it was amazing, and I think you guys thought so too. So see you later, and we'll be around for some autographs and pictures. Thank you.